What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Simply Walk the Talk. I'm your host, Joshua J. Holland, and today we have a very exciting show. I'm in Berlin and recording with a guest that is in New Mexico. Today's guest is Jessika Bonnell. Feather Eagle Sky is a plant-based, organic, wild harvested, and hand-blended beauty line created by New Mexico native Jessika Bonnell. Founded in Santa Fe in 2014, the brand's ingredients are intentionally sourced from all over the world. Feather Eagle Sky is named after her 3 children, with whom she raises with her former husband, Erwan LaCour, founder of Natural Movement Fitness. Jessika's passion for plants is deeply rooted. She spent her childhood in the land of enchantment, playing in the woods and mountains, combining wildflowers and plants to make her first potions. Through her Cherokee lineage, she innately knows that nature provides immense gifts such as botanicals, clays, salts, oils, and herbs. The philosophy of Feather Eagle Sky is that beauty truly does come from within. Jessika believes that without a healthy body, mind, and spirit, everything else suffers. Beauty is a way of life, a daily ritual. Through her travels, she seeks out premium ingredients that are ethically sourced with an emphasis on sustainability. Welcome to Simply Walk the Talk. Our bodies and minds adapt to what we do most of the time. If you want to change your body and mind, you must change what it is you do most of the time. This podcast explores all things health, wellness, fitness, lifestyle, and biohacking. Stay tuned as we explore various thoughts, methods, and experiences from a multitude of conversations between our interesting guests and experts through many fields of work. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Simply walk the talk. Simply walk the talk. Jessika Bonnell, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
I really have to iterate the fact that before we started recording, we were talking about just how grateful we both are having each other in each other's lives. And what's really interesting is this day and age with modern technology, we have been able to cultivate a pretty powerful connection just through social media.
Right.
And I think that's pretty cool.
It is, actually. Right? Technology is such an amazing companion, like as a tool, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
look, you're in Berlin right now?
That's
amazing.
Right. Yeah.
I'm in New Mexico. That's incredible. So,
yeah.
Yay to some advances.
Absolutely agreed. And I think it's really about how you use it.
Balance. It's everything.
Yeah. For those of you that are only listening, you might be missing out on this beautiful image that is of Jessika and her home and her rawness and her realness. And this is one of the things that I appreciate most about her is that she is very authentic, very raw, very real. And it's funny because, we talked about recording today and she's like, all right, well, I'm literally like, just come out of the garden and I'm all dirty and this and that. But I said, she's barefoot, but this is exactly what I love about you because, your true beauty comes through. I'm sure we're going to dive very deep into your background, which I hope we do. But I want people to understand that by the time we finish this show, there's going to be an immense opportunity to be able to help Jessika and her website and her company because she's really working hard to make that thrive. And I want to do everything I can to support that. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate it so much. And the love and support for all these years. Just, you are so authentic, so genuine, so wise, such a king. Love you so much. Appreciate you. You've supported me in so many ways, just in like, keep it up. You're doing amazing. Just like those little things are just extraordinary big things because it's being seen. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your background. Let's talk about who is Jessika Bonnell. And it's like there's so many Of course. I mean, we could
There's
spend,
many dimensions.
three, right. Yeah, we could spend 3 or 4 episodes talking about who you are. But I would love to try to paint a picture for those who don't know you, to understand where you come from and why it is that you are the amazing being that you are today.
Thanks so much. Well, I come from high up in the mountains. I was born in a small village called Cloudcroft, and it's one of the highest villages in the USA. So it's 10,000 elevation. So it's like being up there with the eagles and the bears and the elk and the pine tree and the ponderosa and the wind and the beauty. And so I was always in the plants, always in nature. It's a very small village in between the Mescalero Apache tribe and cowboys. So it was quite a experience. And I have always been like in nature. So I live now way up in the mountains. This is like my place in Santa Fe that I come and do some work with the plants. So my home is like surrounded by the Truchas Peaks. And I have the acequia coming through, like you just open my door and there's my stream. And so it's always been nature that's like my home.
I feel that. I feel that. And it's, you embody nature so much. Like when I see your post and I see a lot of the messages that you share, it's really powerful. One of the things that comes to mind is, I can't remember how many years ago it was, but there was this big push for free the nipple,
Oh
right?
yes.
And
Well, yes.
right, and it was,
Freedom.
and I just remember that whenever some of your posts would come out, I was kind of watching this back and forth, and when, like, at a time when you got some of your posts removed,
Oh
and
yeah.
there was this struggle
Or my
back and
Instagram
forth.
off or all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so, but what's really special about that is that was at a time when there was also messages around natural beauty.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about, because I think this would be a good lead into your company, Feather Eagle Sky, by the way, which is the names of your children.
Yes.
And I think it's amazing. Just even the names of your children is great, but then you honored them with the name of your entire company, which I think is so beautiful.
Because they are my legacy. The earth is my legacy, and my children, the children of the earth are the legacy. So what we impart and what we teach them, and most children don't even know like 5 plants on that they can identify. So for me to share with my children the love of nature, but also like the knowingness of nature, because it's different to just see it from like your car and be like, oh, that's a beautiful sunset, but to like be in nature and to know like the plants and to be a part of it, feel like that oneness and that dialogue is what I wanted my children to always have. And that's why I named my business that, is so that they always know that the legacy of us as a people is our children.
Well said. And I can very much resonate with that, being that I have 2 children, and I understand the struggle of co-parenting life, and single parenting, whatever capacity that means. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like community is what
Uh,
raises our children, and
it
it should.
is.
And
If
yeah,
you look at tribes all over the world, or if you even look at Mexican culture, the Latin culture, they know what familia, family is. They understand that it takes a group, it takes a community. Usually it was a tribe. Now we just are single, have to work, have to be the secretary, the lover, the partner, the everything, the chauffeur, like make every game, everything, like attend everything. Plus, pour our hearts into the beauty, and into the plants and be in nature and absorb that. And so it's like a whole thing. So when we can really like appreciate the work that we do as single parents, as married people, it's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And but you're doing
Raised in
well.
style.
Obviously, obviously, yeah, you're doing very well. In fact, again, if you're watching, you're going to see a lot of things I'm going to put up at the camera. But I've got your Ayas.
Ooh, that's so good. And that
It
Palo
is so
Santo
good.
literally comes from Peru while I was working with the shamans in the Shipibo village. And that's amazing, Palo Santo. That's like genuine, straight from the
Of
source.
course, I expect nothing less with you. Yes. So when people ask me, Josh, like what is that smell? Because a lot of times I get complimented on my
Yay!
nice smell. I mean, thankfully it's a
I
nice
bet
smell,
you
not a
smell
bad
so
smell, right?
good.
But yes, well, thanks to this, I do. So, what I think what is really cool about this is I can put this on my skin. I can put this in my
Anywhere.
hair.
Yeah.
It's it's such a special oil, and so I always travel with it.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for it. This is my second bottle, by the way,
Ah, thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Um, no, thank you. So before we start talking about some of the products on your website, what you offer, let's talk about the background of why you know so much. I mean, obviously you experienced nature just by the way you were raised and things like that, but what kind of background do you have in terms of I think you're a herbalist as well, right? You're certified in several things, right?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you
I
talk a little bit more
studied
about that?
Ayurvedic medicine when I was in my 20s and went to the School of Aveda and all that stuff for aesthetics, being an esthetician and doing facials and all that stuff. But honestly, I didn't really learn that much there because I already kind of, as a Virgo self, I kind of already knew that because I studied so much and I grew up in nature. So I wanted something deeper. And in my 20s, my later 20s, for 8 years, I was an apprentice of a master shaman from, um, I don't know exactly where he was from, but he was from here and he's very well known. And I don't say his name very often, but he was magnificent. And I sat with him for 8 years, side by side, doing ayahuasca for a very long time and many other plant medicines. And then I traveled to Peru and worked with the Shipibo tribe and worked with Rosita, who is just a phenomenal female shaman, just like, whoa, taught me so many different plants. But then I studied a lot of flower essences when I was in Europe, and that was incredible.
Mm.
So I have a wide range. And then just honestly, the best experience is direct experience. So I've always been taking herbs. I grew up very, very, very healthy. So I always take all my herbs and I've always just loved the plants. So I I really just have a deep calling for it.
I can tell. In fact, what is this the friend you have in the video beside you there, kind of behind you and beside you? What is that?
Which one? Oh, this one?
The Is that a cactus?
Oh,
Yeah.
this one I don't know the name of, but this is a very special one. And then I have San Pedro. If you saw the house here, there's like maybe 50 San Pedro, which is an amazing, beautiful plant medicine. Instead of doing something like ecstasy, out at a rave party, which could be just, laced with who knows what,
Mm.
you could be doing a plant medicine such as the cactus San Pedro, and it's like ecstasy. It's very blissful, but it's natural, and it puts you in ceremony, and you sit in nature and do it instead of some rave party and crazy, all that distraction and kind of yuckiness. You're literally with the plant, absorbing all of its power, the sunshine and the moon and the stars, and you're sitting with yourself
Mm.
undistracted. So you're like in ceremony.
That is beautiful. I've heard San Pedro before many times, but I've never tried it. Um, I was invited to participate in Mexico City when I was there this most recently,
Yeah, I saw
and
that. Yeah.
like you just sort of alluded to, it's all about proper set and setting, right?
And intention. And who is the
And
roadman?
intention.
Who's the roadman?
Yes,
You know,
right,
are they
right.
pristine?
Yeah.
Is their manner of life truly whole and beautiful? Or are they kind of swampy and yucky? Just because you want to open yourself up to plant medicine, there's still other work to do, which is just, the regular herbs. echinacea and nettle and peony and all of the things, ashwagandha and astragalus and reishi and all of our beautiful plants that already open us up and kind of set the tone for us to receive and absorb the other powerful arcana, plants.
Mm. Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you have comfrey as well, right?
Oh yeah, I have so much comfrey. Would you like to see some soon?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that at in our Pomodoro break. The reason why I bring that up is because, as you know, I'm not sure if everyone knows who's listening or watching, but I'm on tour with Roger Waters of Pink Floyd,
So
and
amazing.
which is
Woo!
so cool, yeah. And so I love traveling, and taking care of Roger is obviously a very important task. And early on in this tour, he did something to his ankle, and we couldn't quite figure out like what happened, but it didn't really matter because we needed to make him feel better so he could continue doing these shows. And so I'm doing all of my, I have my CBD balm, and I've got all these different tools to help him with his ankle. But his wife was like, because she's an herbalist as
Oh,
well.
cool.
His wife, his wife was like, "Hey, Josh, you should get some comfrey."
Oh, totally. I mean, it's just a natural inflammatory. It literally heals
Yeah.
like arnica. Arnica is so amazing, but comfrey is very soothing, like immediately. So it's powerful. And it's also incredible for any kind of like greenhouses. It kind of opens up the air more and helps all the other plants to breathe, and incredible. So it's wonderful to plant along your loop house or greenhouse.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
it's
See, this is really cool because I didn't know much about comfrey. I'd heard it, but when I started looking into it, I realized it's hard to get here.
oh
So
yeah.
when you mentioned that you have it out there, I was like,
Oh,
"Ooh,
I
we
have
might have
so
to."
much. I have like,
Uh,
well, we have like 50 plants of it. So, and those go to the farmer's market every Saturday, along with the person who I work with for these cactuses. So, Gregory, he knows the name of this cactus. I don't, but plants in general are just, there's so much medicine, so much manna on the earth. This is a paradise. The earth is our pharmacy. The earth is our great healer. And the more that we participate, always participate, whether we're weeding or sitting in the sunshine or sitting by the stream, we're participating, and we are getting downloads, direct downloads, even if you don't know it. Like your body is, it's healing. The sunshine is brightening up your soul. The plants are dazzling your aroma. Like there's just so much magic. And then the food, oh my God, we have so much food. There's just so much food. There's no reason for the greed and all of there's no reason for it, because this is the paradise. We have
right.
it. And this is how we stay healthy, is by taking care of ourselves through the plants. This is like an amazing smoothie: banana, cherry, mango, pineapple. Wow, what a blessing the earth provides. So simple.
Yeah, I promise anyone listening and watching that we will definitely plug Jessica's information at the end of this episode, but it's certainly worth checking out all of her content because you'll learn something. I mean, as we're talking now, I'm learning something. And
You're so
again,
true.
this is the reason why I wanted to have her on the show, because there's so much that we can all learn from each other as long as we're open and we're willing to.
The I is so boring. I am this. I am that. I did this. I did it all
Right.
alone. No, no, you did not. You did not. You have help, just like everybody has help. And the more that you open and extend your family, my family, you're my family. I love you, my brother. You know what I mean? Like the more that we extend ourselves, openness, and kind of have transparency and that
Right.
vulnerability, that's when we gain like the people who we're supposed to attract, and they're meant to be in our lives, and we want to collaborate and lift each other higher. That's what this world needs. We have enough greedy narcissists out there who think they're the end all be all, enough guru shamans who are not living up to what they're supposed to. Let's bring the collective in and like be loving and joyful
Mm,
and share all the magic of the earth, because and
mm.
of each other. We have, everybody has a gift. Everybody does. They just maybe haven't been able to be seen, or recognized for it, or maybe they don't even see it and recognize it. But if you can have a moment in whatever it is with some other person, a mirroring, an aha moment of like, wow, I feel that, I see that, I've been there, then we can raise ourselves higher to where we need to be, which is love.
You just
Love.
really prompted a thought into my head as you were explaining what you just explained, which was very well said. It reminded me of what I'm trying to build with the retreat that we're talking about.
That retreat, oh my gosh, your retreat space is incredible. And the Turks in Croatia, oh my gosh, you were just, it's just beautiful.
Thank you.
And that's it though, right? A place to go with incredible people, amazing scenery, atmosphere, incredible food, movement, healing, whatever the tools are that you're going to use. Like, it's just that kind of collective is the healing we need. Coming to places and spaces where we can be authentically ourselves. Really see like where we can maybe grow, like, oh, I wasn't taking care of my heart like that. I wasn't breathing in the sunset. I wasn't sitting still. I was not moving. These are all things that when you go and do something like that, you just open up yourself to the expansiveness of the manna that's really flowing, which is also through messengers. We as humans are messengers. We get to like teach people through everything that we've directly experienced, right? So that is what you're doing through your incredible retreat.
Thank you for those lovely words. I certainly feel like at some point, sometime soon, hopefully, not hopefully, I think it'll happen. We can make it happen, but I feel like you would be a huge piece to all of this, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm there. Yeah. I'm there in a minute. And I have some retreats coming around the world. So I'll be teaching some incredible ceremonies, bringing it back home to what I used to do, which is what I've been doing for the last decade. So I just took a break off and needed to tend to my own healing. Because, if we don't tend to our own healing or take care of ourselves, we cannot give to anyone else. And that's the truth. We can notify our face to smile. We can come on and have all the right words. But if it's not in here, and if you're not physically feeling that fire and that power of who you are to teach, then it's important to recalibrate and go back in and heal.
Well said. Yeah. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I feel like anyone that comes to this first retreat, like, I hope that they listen to this episode right now with everything you just mentioned, because that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's taking away the noise, the BS, learning what community is, learning what nature is.
Exactly. And also loving people is so wonderful. I love people. I love people. I have so many amazing people in my life, and they are from all different parts of the world. My bestest friend, Breeza, in Mexico. Oh my God, I can't even tell you what a freaking soul she is. And we talk all the time, and she's in Mexico, and she's doing retreats right now, like lining things up for us. And we're working with the agave plants out there. Like, there's so many people, whether it's Denmark or here in Santa Fe. I feel so blessed with the people who live in Santa Fe. It really attracts some pretty spiritual minded people who are really there to fulfill the initiation of our highest self in this form, in this planet right now. That's what we're here for. We're here to be our highest self. And there's a lot that's like bombarding us, but through the collective of love, through the collective of seeing and mirroring each other, and relationships that are not just marriage, and not just like, this very private world where you can't actually grow. Right now, the world needs everyone to come together. And that means sometimes things have to, be cut off so that you can evolve higher. And so when we get to have those reflections and then being in nature and get the signs and intuitions, and everything comes together. So that's what we need. That's why the retreat is wonderful, because you have everything, the natural world, the beauty of each other, and then all the wisdom and experience and tools necessary to move our bodies and to grow and to eat and to be healthy and to love and sing and do ceremony and sometimes go out of our mind a little so that we can go into the cells of our tissue and our body and experience like not just the mental mind, but the nervous system in our body and what's been going on. So all of that's like included in it. You know what I mean? And you got that, and I got that, and I'm down.
Yes, absolutely. Whew. Okay, I would love to discuss something that we were chatting about before we started recording. We were talking about the growth of what you're doing. So let's talk about what it is you're doing, because aside from being a mother of 3 and tending to all that is
which
is your whole world,
world.
how do you even have time to do anything else? And then what is that something else that you're doing?
Oh, what I'm doing is sharing very soon in so many ways, different projects. My podcast is coming out. I've been creating a podcast. I've been working on these Zoom classes where I teach women and men how to reclaim their sovereignty and to reclaim what it means to be pure, to really take care of ourselves through the earth and through, our spirit. I'm not a religious being because I just know that organized religion is not, whatever. That's a whole other thing of profit and other stuff. But when we really understand the divinity within ourselves, which has been my whole life. I mean, I was once a minister. I am a minister, an ordained one, so I really believe in the universal laws of those principles, which is love and faith and all those good things. So that has helped me in my life to be where I'm at, which is teaching others how to live a life no matter what happens, what is thrown at you, with some gumption and some faith and hope, and that the earth literally provides for us and takes care of us, which is the altar of God's creation, the universe, God, the life force, source, divinity, whatever you want to call it. It's all one thing. And it's the energy that's breathing and moving in us. And so I'm so excited to share all my wisdom of 41 years and my children. And I have some TV shows coming up, which is exciting, that I've been working on. And thank you.
Exciting.
And I have, like I said, my Zoom and podcast and much more to do with my work of skincare, because my business has done so good in the last 10 years. Amazing. And this previous year, I went through, divorce, and I went through the grieving of my son, Ocean. So it was hard. It was kind of numb. I was kind of numb I didn't have my passion like I always have for my passion. For my plants. I was too deep in that grief of that. And so, like just certain things like shipping or whatever. And so forgive me, my beautiful people. I love you. I hope you understand that I love you so much. I'm so grateful for every customer, client, everyone who spreads the word of my products. I'm so grateful. But I can only give you my best. And my best is like also healing myself and being like truly real about that. So I finally even gained 3 little pounds, and that's great because I didn't even feel like eating a little, I kind of lost my little soul. Was sad.
Of course.
So when we tend to ourselves, which is so important, and that was hard because I have 3 kids and I have to keep on my face for them too. I have the emotional weight of them. It's not just me. I don't get to just go into a room and close the door and just, go out. There's no thing like that. There's like always being on it 24/7, waking up at 6 a.m, driving my kids an hour away to their private school. You know what I mean? Like paying all the bills, making sure I pay all the bills, whether it's a propane bill, which is going solar, but which is like $1,500. That's insane. There's things that every little moment and every little ounce of me is dedicated to my children first and foremost, and to my business and to the healing of myself and to others so that I can be the best. And so I'm so grateful for all my loyal customers. And I'm so grateful for you, Joshua. And, you know, my podcast is just like Jessica's monologues.
No, that's really, really wonderful. And thank you for being vulnerable and talking about that, because I have the luxury of being able to follow your account and follow your page. And you've also been very open with me, and we've been open with each other about various things. And
Yeah. Thank you. And
yeah, that
for
was
that.
one of the most difficult time periods that I imagine anyone would ever be able to go through. And like being a father, now I can say to people, because I think for a while you didn't even know that I was a father, because I don't.
No, so that's just
Right, like I.
exactly. There are some things that the world doesn't always get to see or
Right,
know.
right.
And even though we're putting out so much, there is some little intimate things of us that are ours, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
that are
Yeah.
sacred.
For me, becoming a father, I say to people a lot of the times, there's a couple key moments in my life that really helped to shift me into this new perspective in life. One of those was two different times, both births of my children, and then the other time was when I did this psychedelic retreat for a week, and it was
Ooh, yeah.
incredible and obviously very different, but very impactful. And some of the things I learned about becoming a father, I learned about myself, is that I needed to be more patient with myself, be more patient with others. I gained a lot more empathy towards others, especially towards the wonderful mothers of the
Oh,
world that have to sacrifice their every fiber to be able to. Yes.
every,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
being. Your whole being is you're not only carrying, then literally going through birth, then you're literally nursing and always and no sleep and no nothing. And I nursed for 4 years my children, and they were all natural
Yep.
births. And so these, you know, I had Eagle and Sky right here for 4 years, like twins, you know, like your physical life force body. So women do a lot.
Oh,
I mean, a
yeah.
lot.
Respect.
It's
Respect.
amazing. So big
Yeah.
respect. And also respect to the men who can see that and get
Yeah.
that. You know, that's just the most important, because regardless of if relationships work out or don't, how we parent and respect the other parent, regardless, especially woman in this day and age, but man
Hmm.
too. To me, it's very equal. I'm very equal about that. There's a lot of toxic men and a lot of toxic women. So, you know what I mean? Like, to bring it home is to truly like be able to be past yourself and your emotions. Those are yours. Your children are the highest. Your children.
Mm.
So that's where we bring it home. And if it means just like cutting out whatever that was so that you can respect the other person enough to parent in whatever way is the highest, that's the
Well
best.
said.
That's always the best.
So beautifully put, honestly. Like that's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be an Instagram clip for sure.
Thank you.
um, all right. Let's take a little shift. Um, and
Okay.
let's go over what I described to you at the beginning, before we recorded. I described what I do on the show called a Pomodoro break. So I like to think of
Hmm.
takeaways, things that we can provide other people in moments in which they've been sedentary for a while. And right now, I usually.
Well, like right now, I've been
Exactly,
sitting,
you and me both.
you
Yeah,
know, squatting in
yeah,
the chair. Those are just simple little things you can do, even when you have to sit, to just move it on up,
yeah, yeah.
you know, like in whatever ways, get to stretch and move it, but don't just sit there like stagnant.
Exactly. And you've been really good. Again, back to those that are not watching this. If you've been watching for this, 30 some minutes or so, Jessika has been shifting and moving around, and I think that's really cool because it just goes to show that she embodies everything that she's talking about. So let's for right now, let's give the audience an opportunity to go through some sort of Pomodoro break with you. What would you do?
Okay, well, If it was me right now, I would just be going out to my garden real fast and checking on the plants.
All right. So
So follow
while you're
me.
doing that, I'm gonna stand up so that I'm not
Oh,
just
nice.
sitting.
Oh, I like you wearing a J. Just because you want to. Joshua and Jessica. Okay, let's see this little break. Let's see this little break. And here is the comfrey. So here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Look how beautiful, right?
Wow.
Look at these gorgeous little flowers. And see, I'm squatting.
Yeah.
See, that was
That's
getting in
that's
those
perfect.
squats. Anyways, this is the comfrey. It's everywhere. Here is the most beautiful, beautiful, big, two big ones. And everywhere is here. Like this is the the English lavender and Kel. Hi, I'm still here.
Wow.
Look at this. Look at this.
Wow. Well, this is
And this right here. And of course, I'm barefoot always.
grounding.
Look at this comfrey.
That's big. That is huge.
Yeah. So for me, just being in nature and being barefoot and that blue sky literally always gets me. You know, and I do lunges out here. I'm always squatting, usually with less clothes so I get some sunshine.
Great.
The strawberries. Great. I like less clothes for that reason. You know, always taking in the benefits of the universe.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say that this might be the coolest Pomodoro break we've had on the show so far. So thank you.
Oh, cool, of course. Yeah.
Very cool.
Nothing like hugging some comfrey. Right. Oh, look, there's just so much. And here's the San Pedro.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at this walking Egyptian onion. Ooh, it is.
Look at that.
So good in salad.
That is walking the talk, Jessica. That is walking.
Walking it. Walking.
Right.
Walking Egyptian loads.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you for letting us have that little break.
It's, like, again, part of the reason why I feel like it was great to finally get you on the show is because I wanted to be able to allow others to see what it's like to actually see someone living this very natural life, and at the same time exuding nothing but beauty. Beauty, not just this physical beauty that we see in the mirror or on social media, but also this internal beauty. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you take care of yourself, and you're walking the talk. You're walking the walk. So thank you.
Well, it's kind of hard to be. The truth is, and I don't know many farmers, or I really don't. I don't know many people who are in the earth all the time, who are working with the earth, and to be phony or to be, not genuine, because the earth pretty much makes you real.
Yeah.
It just does. Right. And the more that I'm 41 and I even still have breast milk, like at 41, the doctors can't believe it because I'm so healthy.
Wow.
And that's because I take care of myself.
Wow.
So, and my moon cycle is always on time, like right after birth, 1 month later. But that's herbs. That's medicine. That's being healthy. And movement. You need the sunshine. You need the stars and the moon. You need the river, you need the grass, and you need to be barefoot. Yes. Really. Agreed. You need to also, my muscles are getting stronger, and I'm so proud because I do all my pull-ups on the trees, like all of them. So it's great.
Yeah, I think there were some photos or videos that you shared from like back in the day. And again, I will keep plugging your social media because you share some amazing stories. But I know there was a story that you showed, and you talked about how you were carrying 2 kids, breastfeeding another, and you were like going on long walks, and you've been doing it.
Oh, we used to do still do always, but My kids have grown up hiking barefoot 15 miles on their own.
Wow.
Feather, my daughter Feather is quite the rock star. She is from infancy. Oh my gosh, she has been raised the toughest little girl. Plus, she speaks 3 languages. Plus, she's exquisite in school. And she knows everything about herbs. She takes all her herbs every day. That's why she's so beautiful naturally. Naturally. And it's so cool to just see a little girl so wise, like truly wise.
Wow.
Because she's been given the opportunity of health.
Yeah.
Natural health, you know? No Doritos, no Coca-Colas, no sitting on the couch watching whatever show for 20 years, or just like, Mom, can I have this? No, like, go chop the wood, like, help me make dinner, like, let's go pick some rose hips,
Yeah.
like, let's go hike for 8 hours. She's been with me in all of those ceremonies in the jungle, you know what I mean? All of our kids have been there. So it is a real way of being. There's nothing compartment about it. You know, like there's not like, oh, I go live some city life and then I come back to me and put a filter on and some nature pictures. This is the way of life. Right. You know, it's real deal. And I just want to touch on what you said about natural beauty, because, hey, I'm aging. I'm 41. I have a few lines on my face that weren't there. I have a natural 1111. And guess what? I'm just fine. You know why? This is all my experience of all the magic I've been through. I have gray hairs and I'm still a fine little fox. You know what I mean? Because the beauty comes from in here. That's the aura. That's the real beauty. Being a good person, kind, nice, loving, happy. Happy. That's the joy of spirit. That's like the fruitage of the spirit is joy. So internal beauty through herbs and nature and prayer and meditation and giving thanks and gratitude is what makes you beautiful. No filter, no fake eyelashes, no Botox is going to do that. Never.
Wow.
Has to come from here.
What would you say is like in terms of what you offer with your website? Like what are your foundational pieces, and then what are some of the things you have coming in the future?
Well, I feel like my stuff is just like the 101 of what you need always. So I don't feel the need to keep, adding a new product. So I just keep like giving people more and more stuff. These are the basics, the cleansing oil is just phenomenal with the luminous face scrub, which is rose hips. Oh my gosh, that I pick these. And then I grind them, and then Immortelle from Corsica, and the most amazing sandalwood, and Bulgarian rose. I mean, oh my gosh. Then you mix that with jojoba and sea buckthorn and rosehip seed and neroli and rose, and you just lightly scrub your face. I mean, cold water. Put the beauty face oil on. Sun protect always. It's just natural. It's like only deflecting the sun, you know what I mean? But giving you enough of the rays that you need.
Okay, perfect.
Those are some basics. Arcana, if you want to get into like the Arcana gold cream, that's just because we need gold. We're made of gold. I always wear gold. It's just like a high vibe energy power, gold. And so the Arcana gold has literal like powdered gold in it with peony, which is for consciousness, and yarrow and ashwagandha. Like, oof, bless yourself up.
So I'll just mention the website now, which is feathereaglesky.com, correct?
Yes, feathereaglesky.com. Reclaim pureness.
It obviously has some very like amazing, whoever is doing your website, you and whomever else, of course, right? Like it's very well done. I can say much respect.
Thanks. Well, unfortunately right now, sometimes I was doing a goddess blog and I could not get the images to, I don't know if they just weren't going for some reason, didn't want to work whatever technology that is. But I still just posted it because it was still beautiful and it was enough. And that's the point, is I cannot spend my time overselling myself or on all these advertisements and stuff, because I truly am a mom of three. I truly am always going, or I'd rather spend my time honestly just being in nature, giving you something real of myself, or whatever that is, just watching the sunset or whatever, because I don't want to sell myself. I want people to understand that this is truly handmade. Every drop, every label, everything is me. And it's really potent, powerful stuff. And once you get it, you just know it. So, like, it speaks for itself.
Absolutely.
And I'm just grateful for those who like to spread the love. Thank you so
course.
much. Because as cocky as I am, and I am very confident and cocky sometimes, I also really like to keep the humility, though, and always give reverence to Great Spirit and the plants that have aided me.
Well, if you ever get to working with comfrey more, like the fact that it's hard.
Oh, I will send you something magical. I'll make something.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, the fact that it's hard to get here in Europe, I'm not sure about like how hard it is to get, like, in the terms of like a tincture or a balm in the States, but
oh, you got it. Send it.
There we go.
Maybe I make some.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's very
comforting, comfrey. There you go. So before we go into the last few questions of the show, I would love to like make sure that I've given you a solid platform to be able to discuss whatever it is you wanted to discuss today, because I feel like we could spend hours and hours and hours chatting, and I love just getting to know you even more. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we're offering you the right space to be able to do that. Is there anything else you want to chat about?
I would just like to say to the world, honestly, that we are living in very crucial times of intention and attention, times that we need to really value our family, value each other, be willing to serve others, to go out of your way for others. And that if you truly are looking for healing, true healing, whatever that is, whether it's, grief or heartbreak or, love or anything, whatever you're going through, it can be positive, it could be negative, or nothing's really negative. It's all a way of the process to getting us where we need to be. But I would just really like to say to love each other, to just love each other, to just really make it a priority, to just smile at another being and not be afraid to talk to them or to just help someone out. I promise you, your life will be the greatest life, the most blessed life, despite any trials that we have to go through, because the world has a lot going on. But if you just love each other, if you really love each other, and if you really serve someone, it will make your life better.
Beautiful. Thank you for those wise words.
Thank you. I'm so excited about your retreat, by the way.
Oh
my gosh, just phenomenal job. Thank you, by the way, for so much of your friendship and just you as an example, a role model out there is wonderful, because you truly are, and I can say this completely authentic. You truly are the real deal, and you live it, and you have such a heart of gold.
Thank you.
And you just really always are full of this joy and uplifting people, but with serious, potent topics. And so that's like amazing to be a person who is so real and yet just can jam. So thank you. I'm so excited for everything you've done. Your book, oh my gosh, your retreats, like traveling, Pink Floyd. Like, woo!
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And it's been a journey.
Takes one to know one.
It's been a journey for you, for me, for all of us, right? Like we're all going through something. And I think it's stories like what you've talked about and seeing your journey to where, you had everything. And then I'm sure there was times in which you felt like you had nothing, but you always had everything, right?
Nothing. Always had everything.
Yes. But it's interesting to see the trajectory and to see how beautifully you've handled all the adversity, but also all the successes. Because I know you're being very humble with the things that you've been going through, both maybe what we call it dark and light, right? But at the end of the day, they're all lessons. They all shape us how we are and who we are. And I really want people to kind of take something away from this. If nothing else, take away what she just mentioned in terms of loving each other more. We have a true opportunity to get to know each other a little bit deeper and to be more vulnerable.
And stay away from judgments. Yeah, the judgments and the constant need to criticize and anyone who's not the same as you. I mean, that's just unnecessary at this time period in this universe. Now is the quantum leap of gigantic love. Now is the time to be like, put down your differences, put down anything that is not going to serve you, and literally just see how you can be the best, highest version of your own self, not someone else. Stop comparing, stop critiquing. Love yourself so that you can love others. And that's really the truth. And we must. And the more we love others, we learn to love ourselves even more. Because we realize that they have a human condition just like us.
Deep. Okay. Before we wrap up, I like to ask 2 questions. First question, I slightly prepared you for this. You didn't get a lot of time to prepare, but you don't need it. You're just fine. What are 2 pet peeves of yours? What would be 2 pet peeves that come to mind?
Oh, people driving slow. I really like, no one knows that I really used to love to travel all over to NASCAR. I was a NASCAR girl, so I really, Jimmy Johnson, number 48, you know what I mean? Anyways, I like to drive fast. My dad, whatever. Obviously, I drive the right speed with my children, but no, that's a big pet peeve. And tone deaf, it's kind of hard when someone thinks they sing so good and you're like, oh. I don't know.
Well, by the way, like you like to sing. I've seen some of your videos of you singing and dancing.
Oh yeah, I used to be in a band, I was champ for singing, and yeah, I've traveled the world. I went to India and sang for the Prime Minister of India and Dubai for my singing.
Wow.
So yeah, I have a lot of things that I don't always share.
Well, it's a perfect.
But they make me, and the humility is the best part, going through anything like beyond you, something that you think that you could never go through, but then going through it has taught me just, there's nothing more beautiful than humility with some gumption.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect opportunity. The fact that you didn't let everyone know everything that there is to know about you, because how could we anyway? But I think it's a perfect opportunity to get you back onto the show, especially with some updates in the future on some of these things that you can't talk about right now.
Oh, can't wait. And I'm so excited. Lots of shows coming, it looks like. So we're going to be having, and I can't wait to just have you on my show soon, because I have an interesting little theme I'm doing with guys. So I can't wait.
Oh, exciting. I would be more than happy to. So last question. What is something you're most grateful for?
To be alive. Just to be alive. My children are my whole world. So I'm so grateful for my children. But just the gift of life, just that you wake up every day and you get to have this experience to make it any way you want. Because you're the author. Don't ever forget, you're the author. And at any moment you get to change. And so when you can have gratitude just to, smell the plants and be alive, and see a sunset, or watch your child smile, or laugh, or do something for the first time, or a hummingbird lands on your shoulder, whatever. That is the magic. That is the gold. And when you have that gratitude for just being alive, your whole world will change.
Thank you for that. Whew.
Thank you.
Could you please let the listeners and viewers know the best ways to keep in touch with you, to follow your journey, and to
Yes.
also go to your page and fill it with lots of joy in terms of ordering gifts.
Thank you. And I promise my shipping is really getting much better. So sometimes I have, like weird little things come up in my mountains, whether my webhook or whatever it's called doesn't link to Shopify, whatever, it's all little things. But those are not excuses. Everything is coming as it should. And thank you so much for supporting me. And I can only tell you that my highest aspirations always is to be impeccable. So if I ever falter in that, it's only due to circumstances, never my intentions, because my intentions are always to serve you the best. Feather Eagle Sky. And feathereaglesky.com is how you reach me. And Instagram, Reclaim Pureness, Feather Eagle Sky.
Okay, so there you have it. I'm holding up this.
And look forward to me soon in October. Maybe you'll see me
on
TV.
Yeah. We're definitely going to link to all of that. And we'll definitely keep people posted. And obviously, if you go and check out her social media, go to her website, I'm sure she will be updating as best she can, and you'll be able to follow her journey. I'm holding at the camera the Aya Spirit Oil, which is absolutely my favorite. I absolutely love it. Get your hands on it. It smells great. It feels
so
good.
So many men love that. It's unisex, it's for everyone. All my products are. I think that the beauty face oil smells amazing on men because it has some geranium in it, and I think that geranium is one of the most amazing smells on a guy.
Okay.
So, thank you. Oh, Joshua, thank you. And blessings. And don't forget to remember Josh.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. This is Josh signing out with Simply Walk the Talk and Jessika Bonnell. Have a good day. Peace, love.
Simply walk the talk. Walk the talk, talking facts. Move like me, but I move a little fast. Make my move, here to last. Fasten these seat belts, I'm coming past. Take care of me, longevity. Hack my biology, better believe. Walking the talk, soul, mind, and body connected. Better come give us a listen. Better come give us a minute or two. Open the box up, we giving you tools. Giving your engine the fuel that it needs. Breathing into it, it's autoimmune. Make a connection, we're stronger in two. Making us one of a kind of a few. Work on the mind, but show me your moves. If you do what you say, you know what to do. Yeah. Simply walk the talk.